friends, and welcome back to Cooking with Katie. Today we're going to be making a rotisserie chicken, fresh cranberry sauce, asparagus, and a baked sweet potato. So to start, I just went simple and got a rotisserie chicken from Walmart, but we're going to go ahead and heat it up in the oven. I have it presetted to 450, but I am going to lower that to 400 so that it doesn't burn. I'm going to go ahead and put it on a lined baking sheet. Let it come out. And then I've already washed all my vegetables, but I'm going to go ahead and poke some steam holes in my potato, wrap it in foil, put some butter in it, and then put it on the same pan to roast with my chicken. So I've got my sweet potato, stabbed it with a fork to make some steam holes, got 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm just going to wrap it in foil and put it on here. And I'm going to let this cook for about 20 minutes. The chicken should be done by then, and then we'll check on the potato. So while that is starting to cook, I'm going to go ahead and start my vegetables. I'm going to peel my carrots and chop off the ends of my asparagus and then lay them on a sprayed baking sheet on some foil. And if you have chickens like I do, save all your scraps because they love them. And once you've peeled your carrots, you're going to go ahead and just cut them into little bite-sized pieces like that, and even cut them in half, so that you just have little bite-sized carrots to go with your asparagus. And this vegetable recipe is actually a great way to get rid of the extra veggies in your crisper. Just put them all in a sheet pan, bake them with some garlic and Parmesan cheese. Very good. So once you have everything cut up, I'm gonna go ahead and put about 4 tablespoons of butter just kind of everywhere, and then also about 2 cloves of garlic and about a tablespoon of lemon juice, just squirt it all over it. And you can even cut your butter cubes into smaller little cubes just so that it makes everything nice and buttery. Once you put your lemon juice on, go ahead and do salt and pepper to taste preference and just kind of give everything a little bit of a stir just so the seasoning gets over everything. So we're going to be adding this to our oven at 400 degrees. Go ahead and put it on the top rack. And when we go to pull out the chicken, we'll take a look at it, see if it needs a few more minutes. But you will be stirring this every about 10 minutes or so. All right, so now we're going to be starting on our cranberry sauce. So what you're going to do is take 1 cup of sugar. So I'm going to pour 1 cup of sugar, and we're going to do 1 cup of water in the same pan. We're going to add a whole orange zest right inside, as well as 1/4 of a cup of orange juice. All right, so I'm finishing up my orange zest. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in the orange juice. Make sure I got all of that. And then you want to add in, for a little extra flavor, a cinnamon stick. And we're going to go ahead and bring this to a rolling boil before we let it simmer. And you want to make sure that while it's cooking, you're stirring so that the sugar doesn't burn to the bottom. All right, so once your water's starting to boil, you're going to go ahead and take a bag of fresh cranberries and put those in there. You're going to let it simmer for about 10 minutes, and you will start to hear the cranberries burst open, so don't panic. And it will start to thicken. If it's still a little bit too thin after the 10 minutes, let it simmer for another 2 to 3. Once your asparagus and carrots have cooked 18 of the 20-ish minutes that needs to be in the oven, you're going to go ahead and get some Parmesan cheese and just grate it right over the top to let it cook for those last 2 minutes. Please excuse my guineas if you can hear them in the video. But my chicken is done, so I'm going to let it rest on the counter while the rest of my food is cooking. I went ahead and put the baked potato back into the oven and raised the temperature to 450 for another about 14 minutes, and we'll check it again to see if it's done. And look at how beautiful that cranberry sauce is. Isn't that pretty? And it'll continue to thicken up a little bit as it cools down. So we're going to let that sit as well while we wait on the rest of our food. All right, so now that our baked potato is finished, I'm going to go ahead and add some butter, a little bit of brown sugar, and some cinnamon on top, and we are all set for a wonderful dinner. Doesn't that look beautiful? Honey, dinner's ready!